Hello everyone, welcome to 30 Minutes Learning. Today we're going to see how to create a COVID-19 application with OpenAPI, and in this section we're going to use this COVID-19 API. It's a free one and they given good documentation for this API. You can see that Postman documentation is available. So in this section we're going to use this summary endpoint. So it's look like this. So mainly we're going to use this global and countries. So each country based result it will given in the summary endpoint. Okay, let's go into web ID and create a new project for this COVID-19. So I'm going to zoom my screen. Click new project from template. Select that SAPUI5 application. Click next. COVID-19 and namespace dev. Click next. It's a V1. It's okay. Click next. Finish. Okay, actually in this project we're going to display some table, this API. So first we're going to design our front end. So go into that project and expand that web app and click that view, and you can see that shell, app, page and content. So we remove that shell, we can get more spaces. Then we can create one button. Text, get data, and press event on COVID-19. Then we're going to create a table. We can check that table here. We're going to use that SAP M library. It's a OPENUI5. So take that table and check that aggregation column. So in that column aggregation we have that column. So take this one and again we check that aggregation for this column. So it's a header, default aggregation and the SAPUI core control. So we can use anything inside this column. Here I'm going to use that label. Give the text, label name, country. Okay. Then country code and new confirm, total confirm, remaining things we're going to take similarly. So I copy this column, then country code, and new confirm, total confirmed, then new death, total death, new recover, and final total recovered. Okay, and remaining one, it's a date. We can use this date also. Just copy one more column and use this date column. Okay, now we have everything. Then rename our application name. Take COVID-19. Okay, then look at the table aggregation. Click that show borrowed aggregation. Then you can get that item. So in this item aggregation, we can use that list base item. So we can use subclasses. So now we're going to use that column list items. So select this column list item and bind here. We see it's a cell, it's a default aggregation here, SAPUI core controller, so we can tell our each row. So here we can use text and text with some value. So first we need to bind the API, then only we can show the result. So now we just create a dummy table. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 columns we needed. So 3, 5, 8, 9. So 9 is there. So check our application. So click that COVID-19 and run. Select that index.html. Okay, here we go. Our table is now, it's created successfully. Then we have button, right? So get data. So we're going to create one function in that controller file. Go to v1 controller.js and create that function COVID-19. So we can use this function as a callback. So we can create another one function called get data, and in this function, like I said, callback. So here we're going to use our endpoint. We're going to use AJAX call. So $.AJAX and give that method get and URL. You can give that HTTPS API, then done. Inside we can create function, return function. So data, here we can call our callback. Callback data. Okay, now we use this get data inside the COVID-19 function. So this dot get data, we create a callback. So inside we're going to create another one function. We can use data. So we check our data is get here. So debugger, I put debugger here and check our application again. It's not saving. Okay, it's saved. Refresh our app. Okay, press F12 to see that console and clear console and check that network. Click here. So it's sending. Now we get that result. So data, check that console, data. So see here it's a global and countries. Okay, we got that data. So data dot countries. Okay, 247 country result, we get it. So for example we can check that first country. Okay, then we can check that country code AX. Okay, it's Aslan. Okay, so our callback is working here. So then we need to bind our data in that view, then bind our model to our table. So for this we're going to create a model. Model, this dot get sorry, actually new SAPUI dot model dot JSON model. Okay, then we use this model inside the function model dot set data. So here we can use the data, then we bind that model to our view. So next we need to use this dot get view dot this dot get view dot set model. Okay, so model with name COVID. Okay, okay, we clear this debugger here and put that semicolon. Okay, it's a static URL, that's why we get that red alert. That's no issue. Okay, then we use this model in our table. So items aggregation, we can use this COVID So name, first country, I just copy here, then we can rename everything. Okay, so next column, country code. So new confirmed, then total confirmed, new deaths and total deaths, new recovered, total recovered, and date. Okay, here we go, and check again our application. Click that refresh. Okay, close the console and get data. Something issue. Get view is undefined in that 14th line in our controller. So 14th line, this dot get view. Okay, I got it. Actually, if we use function inside the function, then we need to assign parent function this. So we're going to assign another one, this property. So I assign that and this, and we're going to use that property inside the function. Okay, then refresh again. Click get data. Actually it's calling. Okay, we missed that square brackets. So this curly braces, put the close curly braces. Okay, now again we're going to check, refresh. Now we not get any error. Okay, I think it's not called properly. So I clear that network and console. Okay, now we get that result. COVID-19. Okay, we bind that data directly. So we need to take it out, that country. So this data only we're going to bind. Take this data and bind here. Okay, so then refresh one time. Okay, now we get that result. See, it's everything, it's there. So next step, we're going to assign country code based images. So actually for this purpose we're going to download flags. So I give that link in my description. You can use this GitHub to download all country flags. So click that download zip. Okay, it's downloaded. Wait. So inside the country flag master, you can see that PNG 100px. Here you can see country code based all flags. So this one we're going to display in our table. So we just zip that file. Okay, so this file we're going to import in our application. Go to web app and right click here and import file or project and select that PNG 100px zip, open. Okay, so it will asking to extract and import. Click OK. Then it's import finished. So here you can see that all flags. So we already know that country code. So AXAF. So like this see AF and AX. So all country code based flags we have now. So this flag we're going to bind this model. So for this purpose we're going to little bit customize our endpoint. So what I'm going to do in this purpose, I just use that each library. Okay, if you don't know how to use this each library, I previously recorded how to use loop concept in SAPUI5. Please look at that video, then you can understand how to use this each. So click each. Inside the function each, first we need to give the data, then function, return function. So it's return index value. So index value. So actually here we can say country. Okay, so we can assign another one variable called new array. So new array, we can use this new array inside the loop, push our code here, customize. Okay, now if we just push that country, then similar data only we get. Previously we get that what data we have, same data only. After that also we can get. So how we going to change here, how to modify this API? So we're going to use that merge function. If you see that utility merge, we can use this merge function as well. Just add that library and assign here and use this merge, and we can add merge, then this value and it will return some value, so we can get that value and we push it here. Okay, so I assign new data. So this new data we're going to push into our array. So inside this curly braces we can give that flag URL. So we know already country code in caps, we can change to small because all country code names are small here, so we need to change convert to change small. So first step, tell that folder, parent folder png 100 px, then add plus button country code, so we get that country data. So country data country code dot to lowercase. Okay, then add dot png file format. Okay, country code, we get something issue here, country code is not defined. Country, okay, this country having that country code to lowercase. Then why again it's showing that country code, it's not defined. Okay, country code. Okay, then our new array, it will generated here. So actually we just adding another one object. Similarly, country code AX, we're going to add another one property flag and that URL, our URL name. We have that png 100px, right? So that URL. Then we're going to generate a new array. So that array data we're going to bind in our model. Okay, new array and row model. Okay, that's all. Then we're going to add one more field here. It's a flag. Okay, and just duplicate one line, Control Shift D, it's duplicating a line. Then flag, we just now added flag, right? This column, so this column I just put it here. Okay, save. And actually this is not text, image, so we just create another one, field tag image, and source we can give that flag and set that height and width. Height 25 pixel and width 25 pixel. Okay, then check our application. Okay, clear the console, get data. Here we go. Actually we customize and we assign country code based flags also in our application. Okay, so next what we needed, filter. So country code based filter. that one it's needed. We check for testing, we check that country India. India is not there, something wrong. Check that source controller, put that flag here, debugger, get data. Okay, new array. Okay, last one is Iceland for first 100 record. Okay, Iceland, it will stop here also. So actually next I think this model, it's product only 100 record only it's allowed. So we can change our size, model size. For this you need to check here JSON model. We use the JSON model, so click here and check that size property, not there. Check that parent. So here we can, here also we not see that any method. So click that parent again and check here. Okay, set size limit. So click here, set size limit. It's a default one, it's 100. It's maximum, it's allowed 100. We can increase our data size. Model model dot set size limit. We have that 247. I just give 1000. It's set up. Now I just run again my application. Click that get data. India. Okay, now you can see it's get all result. It's not prevent 100 to breakdown. It show everything 247 records. So next we can add one more input field and another one button to filter something. So for this purpose, go to screen and add one input. So give that ID input. Click the button and another one button text filter and press event on search. Okay, then we can give the placeholder here. Country code, country name based filter. Okay, and run our application. I'll make this get button. Okay, refresh. Okay, now we have that one input and one filter button, one get data button. Okay, now we're going to assign on search function in our controller. So I'm going to create another one function. So here we can take that user input. So I'm going to assign one more field, user input, and this dot get value dot by ID, and our ID name input ID input dot get value. So here we can get that user input. Then we need to use that filter here. So check that API reference filter in UI model. So inside this UI model filter, this filter we're going to use. So take this filter and another one, filter operator. So take this one also. Filter and the filter operator. Okay. So we're going to create one variable for filter. So for filter, so new filter. Here you need to tell that which column you're going to filter. So country, country name. So it's a country, it's a column. So country. Then next field, filter operator. So filter operator, we can check here, filter operator, what are the functions it's allowed. So we're going to use that contains, then it allow everything, whatever letter you type, that letter based it will filter. So next field, operand value. So this user input you need to give in here. So actually it's just like var condition in that select query, like country and contains. And user input here like this. Instead of you always use this select query similarly it will work that filter here also. Okay, so next we need to filter our items in the table. So I'm going to add ID for this table, ID table. Just copy this one, save. Then here you can use this dot get view vcaps, this dot get view dot by ID. I also it's caps, here also it's caps, and get binding items. Then add that filter or filter. Okay, that's how we check our application. refresh. Okay, something wrong in that system. SAPUI model filter JS is not loaded. Okay, UI model.FilterOperator. FilterOperator. FilterOperator. Why it's showing that issue? We already bind here. Failed to load JavaScript SAPUI model.filter. So the filter. We're using this filter. Okay, new filter and country, and filter operator contains. Okay, actually this dot making an issue in that library. It's dot. I forgot to replace this dot. Okay, save again, refresh. Here we go. Okay, clear the console and the network and click get data. It's loading. Okay, we got it. So next we're going to test our filter. So I'm going to search America. So AME or ICA, click filter. We get something error in that controller. Okay, this dot get, okay, this dot get view by ID. Unfortunately I put it value, so this dot get view by ID, and we can reduce the size of this input. So input with 35px, refresh again. Okay, it's very small, so we can make it 155. Okay, here just click that get data and filter in the India. Again it's taking something issue. This dot get view by ID is not a function in the 15th line. Check that controller, 15th line, by this dot get view by ID dot get value. Why? Actually we using the input field. So ID input, go and check here, click filter, just copy this line in the console. Okay, this dot get view dot by ID input dot get value. We get this result. Then why we not get? Okay, this parenthesis is missing here. Okay, by my mistake. Change, and we can little bit increase to not 5 and refresh. Okay, click that get data, and India filter. Okay, now our filter is working. Great. So next, what we can do, instead of clicking this button while you refresh this application, or you navigate this application, that time it's loading, we can do in this way. It's very small step we can do. Instead of button clicking on search, not on search, on COVID-19, we can call that function in init method, this dot on COVID. Okay, we can rename, instead of get data, refresh. Okay, if you click that refresh button, or while you loading this application, it automatically fetch information. So refresh again. Now I'm not going to press anything, it's loaded. Without press anything, it's loading. So our event, it's everything, it's working here. So next, another what we're going to see, we can see that documentation about theme. So supported combination of themes and libraries. If you look at this theme, now we are using that SAP Fiori 3. So mostly supported theme SAP Blaze and Base Plus. We can use that Blaze theme. So go to index and change that file SAP Blaze. I think it's a new theme, SAP Fiori 3 dot. I think it's new. We can check next. Okay, we changed the theme, and we are telling we are using that open API, right? So we're going to change our resources. HTTP is OPENUI5.hana.ondemand.com. Oh, sorry. I think it's open sit-in for OpenUI5. Check.com. Okay, it's right. ondemand.com. So we are using that OpenUI5, and check that new theme, SAP Fiori 3 doc instead of Blaze. Check, run our application. Put something yellow, it's loaded in the bottom. Okay, it's a black Fiori 3 theme. I think it's a new theme. I never see this theme before. Okay, that's cool. Okay guys, that's all. We created a COVID-19 application. If you have any comments about this application, please write it down in the comment, and we can see in the next video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and click that bell icon and click that notification also. My future video you can see. Okay, thank you. Bye.